Hello, come and join me on this wonderful Wednesday night here in Bonnie Dundee. When the sun's out, taps half. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful. I've got the dogs with me, so you'll hear the clippity clop of their heels, their nails on the floor. Hi. And when I'm talking to you, Bonnie always wants to get involved, and here she is already. Would you like to come up and see everybody? Come on in. Up, jump. Come on. While we're waiting on them joining. So, here she is. And here's Honey. Up, hon. Come on. Up. Good girl. Can you see? There they are. Big girls. Oh, they're very beautiful. Yeah, you're very gorgeous. And they've still to go to the beach. Not the beach. The park tonight. They've got a dog walker. A dog walker. They've got a dog walker. He's called the Dog Manny, and they love him. He's actually really handsome. Have I ever told you this? I'm sure I have. It's a good little boy. Okay, here we go. In fact, can you hear me? Everybody hear me? So tonight we have graduates. Graduates get a live a week, and this is it. This is the one. And obviously, Feel It Be. And when there's two groups together, I can only see one group. And I'm sure it is the graduates group. I don't know. But anyway. So, Feel It Be. We have one more session, one more proper session. Friday we close up. So tomorrow is the rest of the supplements. I want to talk to you about them, tell you about the benefits. And then Friday we close the page down at midnight, and that is it. Off. And you've only got until Friday to rebook for next month's self-sabotage, breaking self-sabotage habits month. So this is going to be a good precursor tonight. And graduates, welcome. This is going to be really, really beneficial for you too, but just because you're on the graduates program does not mean by any means, in any stretch of the imagination, that you self-sabotage, which comes next month, or you take your foot off the pedal. We're constantly developing you, helping you grow and learn and thrive, and that does not mean stagnate and maintain. Okay. Are we ready? This month has flown. It has. And remember, if you bought a 9-month bundle, you know that you're in this until the end of December. If you bought a 6-month bundle, same for you. And 3 months, I'm saying bundles, it's not bundles, you know what I mean, memberships. You know you're in here for 3 months. You can still get the 3 and the 6 months, by the way. So if you're signing up to next month, you might as well think, well, I'm here a long game, so I might as well just get a free hoodie and a free place to gift to somebody, because you're getting that for nothing. So why don't you? And with the 6 months, you could split the cost in 2, so it's not all coming out of your bank at the same time. Message the team if you've got any questions about the membership options, okay? Okay, I want you to realise that I don't know where my mind is today. 46-ish% of your day is spent in automaticity, in default mode. And the guy that done the research on that is a Harvard University professor, and he's written papers on it. He's written books as well, actually. But approximately half your day is spent in default mode. And you've got 2 modes, know this. You've got the automation and the default mode, which is referred to as the autopilot mode, which is sort of same old, and repetition, and you don't even need to think about something, you just do it habitually and naturally because you've done it that many times. Default mode, autopilot mode, and automation, or automaticity as Robin Sharma calls it. And when in fact, I'm jumping too far ahead, that could lead you sometimes to drifting, because everything is so automatic that you just react to something, and it's habitual thinking patterns kick in, and you don't even need to do any thinking, you just do. So that's the first mode. The second mode is a more direct mode, a more intentional way of thought or thinking. And that means that you are much more likely to stay in the present and much more likely to be able to control what you think about. That then leads us to, so just to recap, you spend half your day in automation, but there's two modes. There's automation, or there's the more directed thinking, there's more intentional thinking, right? And most of you, most of the time, will be in the automaticity sort of mode. You have two choices: to repeat the thought pattern over and over and over again, or to evolve. Now, this is really, really beneficial when, in fact, maybe not beneficial, maybe detrimental. Say you're going through a relationship breakup, right? And you're breaking up because of, you just don't see eye to eye anymore. You love the person, but it's not working. Or maybe the person that you've been seeing is ghosting you. That's the trendy thing, isn't it? That's a trendy thing to say. Is ghosting you, but you've fallen for them. And because you've got yourself into this mode of automaticity, you think about them, you check their social media, you constantly look at your phone for text, you're constantly looking for contact from them. But actually they've decided, nah, I'm not even getting in touch with you. But you're running this thought process and this program of automaticity and default mode and autopilot. And that's really destructive if it doesn't serve you. It's only really beneficial when you're running that autopilot thing if you're getting the good stuff. If the automation is actually bringing you abundance. It might be a business you've started and you've got a system, and the system is an automated system, and you think as a process, and it happens as a process, and the business is flourishing. Same for a relationship, same for anything. If it's bringing you the good stuff, then the automation is amazing. But more often than not, the default program is the negative program a lot of the time. So the two choices are to repeat and keep repeating and don't interject and don't stop your thinking pattern, or to stop, pause and evolve. Now, which do you think is the easiest? To interject or just to keep going? It's most definitely just to keep going. That's why people do keep going. That's why people don't lose weight. That's why people feel useless, worthless, stuck in a hole, skint, single, depressed. That's why people stay there, because they cannot interject. They don't know how to a lot of the time. And it's not their fault. They just don't know how to. So deliberate thinking, though, is an absolute skill. It means repetition, it means showing up, it means constant commitment, relentless commitment, and putting time and effort into changing your thinking pattern. That's hard work. It's more than doable. I'm doing it myself right now. You're changing your habits up to stop, to interject an old way of thinking. A mindset reset, you have to understand then, is a process. It's not an event that happens. It doesn't just take a month. It's a process that you're completely committed to in order to upset or interrupt that habitual thinking pattern. It doesn't take a month. It doesn't take 2 months. It probably takes a lifetime of you showing up to constantly challenge the thoughts that hold you back, the thoughts that are negative, the thoughts that just keep you small, or keep you in that relationship that you're actually not happy in, or keep you chasing that person that doesn't want to be with you, or all that stuff. So you can either keep going and be miserable and feel awful, or you can interrupt it. I'm encouraging you, obviously, to interrupt. Know this as well, that your limiting beliefs, the beliefs that you have that limit you, are often caught up in the default cycle, the automation, the autopilot. So the default mode is often linked to the negativity, and that's the thing that keeps you stuck. Okay. Here we go, next bit. Sometimes You know you want to make a change, and you think about making the changes, and you think, yeah, that would be really great. And if I could just get over that, that would be great, because I could do this and I could do that. And all of a sudden, the self-sabotage switch that we're coming on to next month has been switched, and then what do you start doing? You start having this like negative internal dialogue. I can't do that. I'm not strong enough. There is no way I'm going to manage that. So you start thinking automatically, autopilot. And so you stay stuck. And if that's you, put a love heart for me, please. Let me see. You assume that all the bad things are going to happen to you. Yeah, but if I do that and I put myself out there, this is going to happen. And I'm going to feel scared, threatened, fear, anxious, worried, all that stuff. And if you constantly go into default mode and think in default mode, it's called the scientists call it, the default mode network. And it's basically how your neurons in your brain wire and fire together. Now, when you're in default mode, the neurons are doing this. It's dead easy for them. They're not even having to do any work. But when you interrupt that thought pattern and you start thinking about challenging that, new neurons connect with each other. So this one might connect with that one. It's never connected with that one before. It's always just connected with this one because it was default. But actually, you've changed it up. So the neurons fire and wire differently. And that leads to you feeling different. So you think differently, you feel differently, you start speaking to yourself differently, and lo and behold, you change the outcome. Or you don't. Remember, it's a choice. You either could stay stuck, or you can grow and evolve and develop yourself and be committed to that. Here's the thing though, and here's what I see. I see people who are committed short term. I see people who will do a month of Feel Like B, do great, do brilliant, but actually this bit, the arse falls out of you. You're like, oh, I'm back to square one then. How did that happen? This is the problem for a lot of people. You have to commit. You have to get this by the short and curlies, and you have to commit and show up and see it through long game. I don't believe that Feel Like B is for anybody for a month. It's too powerful, it's too massive. And it has the ability to completely transform the path that you're on, or help you see the path that you should be on. So pause. So, I've said this already. If you change the way you think about things, the things you look at change. Famous Wayne Dyer quote. If you change the way you look at things and you change the way you think about things, your life could change before your very eyes. And I say this to Leo all the time, all it takes is for you to decide or not. Do you want it bad enough? How bad do you actually want that thing? How bad do you want that size 10, that 6-pack, that human being in your life, that job, that setup, that feeling? How bad do you actually want it? So here's one thing I want you to do. I want you to think about these questions here. Think about being a deliberate thinker and what that would look like for you. Okay, if I was to think, pick one thing that's challenging in your life, and pick it now. I don't want to jump too far into this, but I just want to give you food for thought. What is the limiting belief around that thing that's holding you back? The limiting belief. And think about, how has this happened to you? Has somebody conditioned you to be like that? It's maybe your family, it's maybe your ex-partner, it's maybe somebody in your life, your brother, your sister, somebody that had influence over you has got you thinking these limiting beliefs and negative things about you. Or else, it's maybe not a somebody, it's maybe a series of experiences, and bad ones at that have got you thinking that it's not possible, that you're a failure, that you're just not able to do it, you're not strong enough, you're weak, you're pathetic, you're this, you're that. Some people tell themselves these things, and it's hellish. It's not right. But sometimes people are there. So has it been a somebody or a thing? Or has it been experiences? Because drawing your attention to it was going to help you change it, I promise you. So that thing, that limiting belief, I want you to ask yourself what it's actually costing you. What is it costing you to keep thinking that way? This isn't my work, by the way. This is your work to do. What is it costing you? And the second question is, if you don't change that limiting belief to actually changing the thought patterns and how your neurons fire and wire together and interrupt that default, how, if you don't be a deliberate thinker, what is that going to cost you? If you keep having this negative self-talk and the self-sabotage stuff that we're going to come on to, if you keep doing that thing and playing that sequence in that pattern over and over and over again, Shelley Booth, Weight Watchers, Slimming World, Herbalife, personal trainers, gyms, oh dear, nothing's really working for me. Well, there's your clue, there's your indicator. If nothing's working for you, I don't believe that, I hand on my heart, I feel that we can work for everybody. I really do. Unless you're vegan and you can't get away with a meal plan. Vegetarians, we could work that. But if you're vegan, you might find it hard, right? And particularly because the GMO stuff and the soy and all that stuff. Yeah, so what is it going to cost you? Question. Here's the secret. You need to visualise the outcome. You need to get in it. You need to immerse every single sense you've got. Touch, feel, smell. What else is it? Touch, feel, smell. Hear it. If it's just get all your senses involved and be there and be in it. That's the secret for me. Honest. See if something bad's going on in my life and visualise like you would not believe. I visualise myself out of it, and then when I'm out of it and I can get all my senses involved, go, how can I transport myself to there? What do I actually need to action to get myself there? And it's hard, especially when it's emotional stuff. That's hard shit. Physical stuff I could do. I would face up a fucking bear if I had to. That doesn't faze me at all. Man, moving beast. Who cares? But the emotional stuff, that's hard. But it's doable. It's more than doable. But you just have to get close to this stuff. And you have to repeat that for the rest of your life. Because there will be instances we're going to have deaths, we're going to have bereavements, we're going to have relationship breakdowns, we're going to have bad things happen in life. And when those bad things present, we have to be able to interject at the default, the negative loop that you've got running, and go, oh, wait a minute, this has to stop. Stop. And it's a commitment for life. That's what it is. It's a commitment for life. To stop you going back to the old negative default way of thinking. Last wee bit, your thinking patterns, just to put them in your mind here. It could be something like this. You might be running a program right now like this, and if you are, you need to go on it next month. There's not even any choice in it. I'm going to take you to the checkout with my hand, and I'm going to go and get your credit card for you, and I'm going to say to you, get that bought and get on to next month. Listen, thinking patterns that become part of your default mode or network. That imposter syndrome, you're a failure, you're useless, you can't do it, you're scared, it won't work for you, you can't sustain it. You're not likeable, you're not lovable, nobody's going to take to you, you're not going to gel with anybody, you can't. That there is thinking patterns that are going to keep you stuck forever. And if you're running that somewhere and in any facet of your life, we need to help you. I need to help you, and I'm committed to helping you. And the last thing I'm going to say is, it's like, I heard an analogy and it was a really good one. You could change all this, but what it's like in going from a right-hander to a left-hander, or a left-hander to a right-hander handwriting. You could do it. is more than doable. But before you pick your pen up with your right hand as a right-hander, to switch that thought pattern, you need to start grabbing it with your left hand and then starting to write. And that is going to take consistency. It's going to take you showing up every single day and thinking deliberately. It's going to take you mastering the skill. Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Usain Bolt practice the same thing, until they became masters at their craft, masters of their skill. It's repetition. It's constant showing up. It's no excuses. It's laying down the foundations of mastery. That's what it is. And to master something is repetition. And when you start doing that, it's going to feel weird. You're going to pick that pen up with your left hand as a usual right-hander, and it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel strange. It might be something different. You might feel challenged. You might be emotional. You might cry because it's something different. But when you've done all the thinking prior to making the change, and you know that it's a positive change, so don't be scared. You can't be scared of a positive change. What was that? There's birds keep flying into my windows. Did I tell you that? I hope that's not just happened again. It breaks my heart. And here's essentially what will happen. Your brain, your neurons, will switch to optimism. Will switch to hope and positivity and lightness. You won't be bedraggled with that relationship breakup anymore. You won't be down and feeling really, really crap about yourself. You'll be upbeat and you'll be vibrant and you'll be looking ahead. Looking ahead. What's coming? What's coming for me next? What's the next good thing that's away to happen to me? Because I'm on a roll here and I'm keeping it going. Positive, forward, momentum. Growth mindset. Show me what's next. It's the only way. It's the only way. And you, and every single one of you, can do it. You can break the mould and the old patterns. You have to decide. And I would suggest jumping on to next month's Feel Look Be. If that is you, you have to. It's not a choice. You can't afford it. It's a complete choice. I get it. But if you can, get it done. Get it done. Graduates, Feel Look Be. Love yous. Some people, like, I've just seen that there. I emailed today. Sorry, I've got my wee thing up here. I emailed today asking about graduates, but I can't leave. I need the support even though I'm committed, but I'm afraid I can't survive without Shelley, her team and all the amazing women in the group. My name is Di, and I'm an addict. I'm addicted to Feel Look Be. Oh man, come here. I don't want you to be an addict, and I don't want you to feel scared about anything, but a Feel Look Be feels comfy for you in terms of you're going to get the support, you're going to get the education, you're going to get all this stuff. Then I'm more than happy for you to be here. Some people jump onto graduates and want to come back. Some people jump onto graduates, spend months there and dip in and out of Feel Look Be just to get the massive support and go back. You need to have done 4 Feel Look Be's before you get onto the graduates programme. It has to be hardwired before you move over. It has to be. So there's no spoon feeding on graduates, but they are a community that have been on Feel Look Be, so it's like hanging out with your buddies that you've journeyed with. I would suggest, if Feel Look Be is not hardwired and you've still got a lot of work to do, body and mind, you stay right here. This is where all the support is. This is where the massive content is. This is where I am most days. Why would you not? It's like counselling. It's better than PT, because what I see in PTs now, I like go, I get, really? It's better than that. It's like proper therapy, isn't it? So that is it. Finished. Jill, please share the link to get booked up. We have got a Zoom tonight for any new people who want to get involved or ask me questions. So please, if you've shared your buddy code with somebody, get them onto that Zoom tonight. It's 8 o'clock. Get the link from the team, but it's on all my socials. You'll see it. If there's anybody new that you think would want to hear or ask a question, maybe get them onto that Zoom. 8 o'clock tonight. Ask me anything, and I'm happy to try and help where I can. I think that is it. There it is. There's the link there. So listen, everybody. There is the link. 1 month. Jill, if you could share the 3 months and the 6 months, please, that would be amazing. And you know, if you want a membership, you just go onto the website, click memberships, and they're there for you. Easy. Okay? Take it easy, you lot. I will see you in the morning for our final workout of this Feel It Be. Jeez, I can't believe I'm saying that. See you soon. Mwah. Night night.